What's up, everyone? It's Cannan here, back with another video. And there's something different here. That's what's different. Yes, finally got an upgrade on the chair. The old one that I've been using for a good while started to peel away and all that. So, spent a little bit of money to get a new gaming chair. So, it's going to take some getting used to. Trying to get it all broken in and all that, but we have got to talk here. We got a little bit of more gaming news. Yes, I know I said these were going to be like once a week, but stuff keeps happening, and I enjoy talking about it. Don't worry, we'll get some more Let's Plays and stuff like that done soon. Me and Jess are, of course, planning for the Bumblebee live stream, which, hey, the Bumblebee varsity jackets came out today. I'm recording this the day before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, those were ordered. Look for that review, because we like to review the special Bumblebee merch. We've not done one since the bomber jacket came out. Because for these, they were hoodies and t-shirts. Like, not much we could go on that. But, yeah, this is actually a follow-up video to something I did the other day. We'll talk about in the second half. The first half, I want to talk about this. Yes, we are getting a Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition for this current gen consoles and PC. And Cyberpunk, oh boy, has had an odyssey, if you will. I think any gamer that has played this game has a story to tell. So that's why I'm covering it first. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this than the second part, because I've got more to go on with this. So I remember when this game was first announced, but of course I didn't really start covering it until it got a bit more closer to, well, not covering it, but like following it once it got closer, because I had played some of the Witcher series. Mostly just the second game. By the time the third game came out, I just had lost, I know it's an amazing game and all that, but I don't know, some of the interest I had was lost. Played The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, and loved it. Thought it was a great game. But, I don't know, Cyberpunk interested me more. Be it, the setting, the fact that unlike Geralt, V was customizable, the fact that female V was voiced by one of my all-time favorite voice actresses, Sharamaya Lee. I was interested, and when it finally came up for pre-order, I pre-ordered it on the PlayStation 4 back when I still worked at GameStop, and I remember being very hyped for the game. Now, I knew something was wrong when I walked into work, because I was off that day, to pick up my copy, and my boss looks at me and says, "Man, you better be glad you're playing this on the PlayStation 5. I was like, oh no, what's going on? And they were showing me gameplay of the game from regular PS4s, not the Pro, just the regular 4 and the regular Xbox One, and it was not pretty. Now, I will say, playing it on the PlayStation 5 originally, it was playable. Like, there was obviously some issues. Thankfully, I didn't run into any of the big game-breaking bugs. I think the worst one I ran into was, like, the road turning into grass and gravel and all that, and like I think at one point Johnny Silverhand's dialogue got stuck on the screen, and every time I would reload my save up, he would say the line and it would just stay there, even though it was from like a previous quest. And yeah, sometimes the ground would disappear while I was driving. Mostly it was stuff that would happen while I was driving. I really didn't experience that many, like, character model glitches. I actually started running more into them as they were updating the game. And then, of course, there was the times where they were updating the game, but yet they were taking stuff out. Like, I noticed that when I was driving around after an update, a lot of traffic had disappeared. Like, it was almost like Night City had become a ghost town, which of course they were taking stuff out so the game could run better. Now, of course, when they released the next gen upgrades for the game, the PS5 upgrade and the Xbox Series X and S upgrades, the game ran so much better, looked better, performed better. Still, your glitch every now and then. And then, of course, with Phantom Liberty coming out and them releasing the update for that, which everyone has called it, 2.0, there's been a lot of people on the fence. Some that are still mad at CD Projekt Red for releasing the game the way they did, and others praising them for putting in the work. And yes, the people who actually work on the game, who have been putting in the hours, they deserve a round of applause. The people you want to be mad at are the people higher up that allowed the game to be released that way, because I'm sure the people who actually worked on it did not want the game to release. Sadly, as a recording of this video, I've still not played through Phantom Liberty because I decided when the new update came out just to start a whole new game. So I'm still at the very early parts of the game, but looks like it's going to be delayed even more because I want this. I want the physical release. I'm really shocked that they've went with female V all of a sudden in all the marketing, especially since the next gen upgrades have come out. Like, it's almost like they're kind of saying female V is the canon, I'm guessing, because before the game came out originally, they were focusing on male V. For the upgrade version all the way up to now, they've went with female V. So I don't know. But yeah, I've wanted this game to succeed. Like, I've beaten the game. Like, before all the updates came out, I beat the game from beginning to end. Do I wish it had a lot more of its RPG elements that it was originally supposed to be in the game? Yes. Cyberpunk is originally a tabletop game. It's supposed to go back to those old school RPG mechanics like Baldur's Gate 3 has. Sadly, you didn't get that here. Now, of course, I'm still very early in the game, so of course I've not experienced everything that 2.0 has to offer, but I think I'm going to wait and really experience it after this comes out. And it comes out very soon. December 5th. That's literally, I think, let's see here. Today's the 22nd. That's literally less than 2 weeks away. So, or, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, yeah, less than 2 weeks away. So, yeah, I'm excited about this. I was shocked to see people excited for the PC version getting a physical release, because I think PC gamers have kind of gotten used to just all their games being digital. But yeah, now there has been, of course, with anything like this announced, a bit of backlash. People are upset that the PS5 version apparently does not have Phantom Liberty on disc. I'm going to read this here real quick. So this is pretty much just a general overview. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition announced. Launches physically and digitally in December. PS5 doesn't get Phantom Liberty on disc, however. The leaks were right. Cyberpunk 2077 is getting a physical release next month. Woohoo! The so-called Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition includes the base game and its expansion, Phantom Liberty. Though they don't list it, it also comes with all the updates. However, in what will no doubt be a gut punch for physical enthusiasts, I'm sorry, I kind of question that whole phrase there. The Ultimate Edition, specifically on PS5, does not include Phantom Liberty on the disc. As the front cover states, the expansion can be redeemed via an enclosed PSN voucher. The whole package will be released digitally, which makes us wonder whether it's being treated as a separate product to the standard Cyberpunk 2077. More than likely so. CD Projekt Red has done this before with The Witcher 3 and its Game of Year edition on PS4. The re-release included all DLC and was technically counted as a different game on Sony's last-gen console. This meant that the Game of the Year edition came with its own trophy list. It's unclear if Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition will offer the same, but we've reached out to CDPR for clarification and will keep you updated. Okay. I have stated to you guys several times, I am more of a physical game kind of guy. I like to have the physical disc and case. I like to put it on my shelf so it looks all nice and pretty, but I own that product. Where I feared for many years that with digital, if they ever decide to axe that, you have no game anymore. Now, ever since we got our new internet, I've kind of slacked on that. If a game's only digital, hey, I'm cool with it, because now we literally have internet where it'll literally download, in some cases, less than an hour, maybe a little over an hour. Where used to, guys, the internet that me and Jess had to deal with for most of the channel's lifespan, it would take days for a game to update. We would have to leave Jess's computer on all night for for one of our videos to upload. Where now, it's literally within a few hours, if that. Just depends on how fast Jess can get it edited and uploaded. But a lot of the complaining I've seen, I really don't understand. If it was people who did not have great internet like we used to, I can understand it. I used to hate it because, like, this is not the first time this has happened. The first one that comes to mind is Fallout 4, when they released their Game of the Year edition. It came with Fallout 4 on the disc, but all the DLC was a code that you had to put in, and it would download all the DLC. Whereas Bethesda had released Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, Oblivion, Skyrim, all those versions came with the DLC already on the disc. Even when the New Vegas was re-released as an Ultimate Edition, it came with all the DLC on the disc. A more recent release, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, besides Pinnacle Station, all the DLC was on disc. But in the past, when they released the entire Mass Effect trilogy on PS3 and Xbox 360, you either had to download the DLC, mostly if you were on the PlayStation 3, because you had Mass Effect 1, which at that time had never been released on the PS3, but you also had to activate the Cerberus network to download the other DLCs, where on the 360 version, I believe, it was all on disc because it was on the Xbox. I might be wrong in that. It's been a long time since that version of the trilogy came out. But yes, this is not new. It is kind of weird that it's only one version of the game, because the PC version and it says right here on the box art for the PC version that it's a digital download. So yeah, it looks like you get the case, but the entire game and all that is digital, I guess. And then you have the Xbox Series X version, which apparently has the DLC on disc, but they have confirmed that this game on the Xbox Series X will be 3 discs, where more than likely the PS5 version will be 2 discs, maybe a data disc and the play disc. But yeah, I just don't understand the backlash for this. I mean, if you've got great internet, I really don't see what the problem is with the DLC not being on the disc. You literally download it in in an hour or so, boom, it's on there. I'm happy with just having the physical case and all that. So yeah, a lot of people, I think it was just complaining for the sake of complaining. Like, this is not new. This has been done before. Sometimes we would have one where it would be, I think, one version on what system would have it all on disc and another one wouldn't. You'd have to download it. It just depends on what system you got it for. Then, of course, you've had games where each version all came with the DLC on disc, and then you had ones where no matter what system you got it for, all the DLC was you had to download it using a code. So yeah, I just don't understand where all of a sudden this is coming from. Oh, this will be a gut punch for physical enthusiasts. You're still getting a physical PS5 copy. I don't get that. It's not like you have to rebuy the expansion if you get the PS5 version. It's literally in that one-time price of buying it physically, and you just got to download it after you put a code in. I don't know. I just don't really understand the outrage there. But even though I own the game and I've beaten it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I think it's $60, but I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just don't understand the backlash on all of that. Now, maybe some good news here. So the other day, I released a video that included the news that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake may have been canceled. And I was very heartbroken. Knights of the Old Republic was probably one of the first Star Wars games I ever played. I think the first one I played was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer on Nintendo 64. Great racing game. If you've never played it, try and get a hold of it somehow. I think it's been re-released on Switch. Great racing game. Has great atmosphere, everything. But Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was probably the second Star Wars game I ever played. First BioWare game I had ever played, and it's always had a place in my heart. I've got the original version on Steam on my computer, and I've played a little bit of it. So there for a while, no news whatsoever, it jumping developers and stuff. Yes, it was very worrisome, and then the whole Sony taking down the trailers, which, I wanted to be, as I said in the other video, optimistic, because that could just mean since it's changed developers, they took the original one down, and maybe we'll get a new one. And then that report came out that it had been canceled. But now, according to this, that might not be the case. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake reportedly still alive, but will it ever come out? Amid continued silence from embattled games company Embracer about the status of the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake, developer Saber Interactive is reportedly still soldiering on with the project in some capacity. The Knights of the Old Republic Remake was thought dead after Embracer had Saber Interactive, the developer working on the recently delayed Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, take over following significant trouble at original developer Aspyr. Bloomberg reporter and reputable insider Jason Schreier posted on Twitter, I am not ever calling it X, to say Saber Interactive is still working on the game, although question marks remain over whether it will ever actually come out, and if it does, what sort of game it will be. Now, this is the tweet from Jason Schreier. Can't say whether the Knights of the Old Republic remake will ever actually come out, but yes, two people from Saber Interactive tell me they're still on it, despite recent rumors that nobody is working on the game. Saber took the project from Aspyr last year, as Bloomberg reported then. The Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake was announced in 2021 as a PlayStation-published game, sparking excitement from fans of the original much-loved RPG, but we've heard little since, save reports of ongoing struggles with the game. Last year, development of the remake was reportedly paused indefinitely after disappointment over progress made. A demo built by Aspyr apparently failed to impress when shown to Lucasfilm and Sony, which led to development being put on hold. The remake's art director, Brad Prince, and design director Jason Miner left the project. Aspyr had worked on the remake for 3 years before it was finally announced in Sony's 2021 PlayStation Showcase. If you worked on it for 3 years and it still didn't blow people away, that's really bad. Where it was revealed that original voice actor Jennifer Hale would be returning as Bastilia. So yeah, to say this project has been hampered would be an understatement. And like I said in that original video, I'm looking forward to this remake. I would love to see what maybe they could add to it, what cut content from the original would be added, if romance options would be changed around or made more available to maybe both genders. Like, you know, Bastilia, would she be now available to not just male Revans, but also female Revans, you know, stuff like that. And just seeing this beloved game on current gen consoles would be amazing. Because as great as the original is, it does show its age a little bit. Of course, there's mods that you can put all the cut content back into it and all that. But still, you know, and when stuff like this happens with any kind of game, people will always go, don't know if it'll actually ever come out. But we don't know the full story. For all we know, they're working on it. They're just being tight-lipped because it's going to be a while before it comes out. We just don't know. Until Sony comes out and says, yeah, the game is dead, I don't think we should really be taking anyone coming out and saying, oh yeah, no one's working on the game. I think we should take it with a grain of salt no matter what. Like I said, unless Sony themselves comes out, because this is a Sony-published game. So Sony is going to be, I think, the one that decides really if the game is dead or not. If I was Sony and know the potential this game has got, I would not kill it right away. Maybe definitely give it to a developer that knows what they're doing, but we'll see how things go. But like I said, if you're going to claim this game is dead, wait till Sony officially says something. But that's all the time I've got for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, click that like button, leave a comment, and as always, alright, I've talked enough. If you guys do celebrate it, hope you have a great Thanksgiving. If you do not, I hope you have a great day. And as always, guys, this is Canaan. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.